All right, good evening, everyone. Jose J. Garcia, real estate investor, coach, and mentor. So we got more deals. We're uploading quite a bit more inventory into the spreadsheet, and we may be changing spreadsheet links possibly next week. So just kind of go ahead and tossing that out there. See, got calls coming in, and the reason behind it is to keep scammers, to keep spam. You know, a lot of people do like to share deals out there. We have not seen one of ours shared anywhere in a while, but part of that is because, of course, we take the initiative to change the password, change the link, and obviously keep y'all up to date. So now, typically, when we do something like that, we do send a mass email. Basically, here's our new link to the inventory, etc. If you're not part of those emails, send us an email. j@garcia.mhu.com, and we can share that link with you. Okay, that's obviously the same inventory you see on here is the same that we pitch on here. So, you know, again, the same deals we look at is the same ones you're going to look into. So, a few people are already joining us. I know we had a couple people that email us this morning, wanted to pitch, three people wanted to pitch deals. Two of the three we're going to take ourselves, because don't forget, we got a goal to meet. That's 500 mobile homes in a portfolio by the end of this year. I don't know. I don't know. That's a stretch. It's definitely aim for the stars, and let's see how we can do. I think we can do it. I think it's still early in the year, but it's definitely pushing hard, hard. And I mean, we are seeking deals everywhere. 7 different states. We got VAs posting ads, marketing, social media. I mean, it's just steady going. So, you know, one of those things. But a lot of good deals, a lot of opportunities are coming. You know, again, think about the time of the year. You know, this is the best time of the year. This is what real estate would call the seller's market, if you will. So, you know, deals are everywhere. Deals are out there everywhere. So I want to show you a few of the deals that we have this evening. Let's see. And we'll talk about coaching towards the end. I got a couple questions on that as well. So here we go. I'm going to just turn my camera real quick and show you what I'm looking at. So again, oh, campers. Yes, stay tuned for campers. I got a few videos today that I spent 3 hours out there. You know, if you want something done right, sometimes that means you got to get out there and get dirty. And that's what happened today. So I was actually out there helping them set the campers, the fifth wheel. You know, fifth wheels are harder, definitely to maneuver, but nowhere near as hard as what a single wide would be. Now, I don't say that to scare y'all because, you know, mobile homes are mobile, and that's a beautiful aspect of them. But campers are a lot easier. You can simply get a pick up and move them around. But the fifth wheels are a little harder, just the way they hook up and the way they spin around. I mean, just a lot of little things, but good stuff. So y'all will see some videos posted later. One of them where I'm actually in the back backing it up. So it's awesome stuff. But all right, let's get started. First one we got is Byron, which I see some of the numbers are not on here yet. So, you know, a lot of these units that we're finding now or seeking for is also land packages. Now, one of the things that we're noticing is that the landlords or the people who own the properties don't really want to sell the property. They don't want to get rid of the land just yet. So what happens is, you know, obviously we take that as an opportunity to, you know, that's fine. If you do not want to sell the property, the land, the real estate, you know, but you do have a mobile home sitting that's doing absolutely nothing. It's costing you money. So why don't you sell us the mobile home, and then we pitch them the same way we would pitch community parks? Okay, this offers you an opportunity to be able to make X amount of quotations, lot rent every month, and we can come in, rehab it, make it beautiful, livable, and then we'll rent it out, flip it, you know, finance it, whatever we do with our exit strategies. But all in all, it's a win-win strategy. 9 out of 10 go for it immediately. You know, most of them immediately say, I've actually never heard of something like this. So definitely, I'd be interested in looking at something like this. So that is what's happening with this one here. It is a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, single wide. Now, again, it's not in a community. Okay, it actually looks more like a subdivision for mobile homes. There's mobile homes everywhere. This is down in Byron, Georgia. But again, it offers opportunities. And, you know, one of the things is people like to live in communities, but they always ask for a bigger yard, a little more privacy, right? Which is so much better than an apartment already. But, you know, some people still say the yard isn't big enough. I wish I could put a little fence, etc. Well, on a mobile home like this one here, which again, you take your time and you review the pictures. This is actually an extension on the back that does need some work. I would probably just take that down and leave it as a single wide. But anyway, this would be a perfect property for somebody like that, because it's not in a community. It's going to be treated like, you know, there will be rules, regulations similar to, and a lot of these people were helping them with that. You know, we're structuring because they've never done this. So, you know, again, you know, we see from both sides. help them out. So we will put numbers on this one a little later today. I can tell you the lot rent is $350, and it does include water. So if I can put it in here, $350. Go to the next one. All right. So one of the ones we were rehabbing down in Macon, because again, I come on the spreadsheet. I could come in here tomorrow and say, hey, let's go ahead and knock this Byron one down. We got guys down in Warner Robins, Macon, Georgia, somewhere central, and they are available. Let's jump on this one. So yes, I invest out of the same exact spreadsheet that all of you are looking at. And this is what happened with this one. 2-bedroom, 2-bath, single wide. This is closer towards Gray, Georgia, if you know Georgia, Jones County. High demand for rentals for sure. That's another area. And this one here is what we consider now a finished product. So this one now is going to be on the market this evening. It'll get on LinkedIn, Craigslist, Facebook, all the social medias that we use, all which we coach all of y'all, by the way, anybody who's interested in. But this is more of a finished product. I put those on here because I want y'all to get also an idea. You know, I don't aim for perfection. At the end of the day, you got to remember, market is what dictates how the mobile home should be in a sense of rehab. You know, I'm not going to come into this community here where mobile homes are selling for 20, 25, 22,000 per se and think that I'm going to do a rehab of 20K to sell it for 40, 50. It doesn't work that way. It's called comps, comparables for that reason. So we make them livable, presentable, and this is about what our finishing product looks like. So it's livable, right? Okay, checks out. I talked about extended stays, and it's going on the market. If it does not sell within a weekish, maybe 2 weeks, we'll be looking about furnishing this mobile home completely and turning it into an extended stay. So that's definitely in our mind as well. Campers got my mind a little crazy right now with this whole Airbnb. Everything checks out there. So we'll talk about that here in a few minutes again. But yes, so this one here, lot rent is $330, and it does include trash, and it should say water as well. It does include trash and water. So there you go. Okay. Asking 19,000 cash or best offer. Right now, we will offer financing to the right resident buyer with 4,000 down payment. Monthly after that, you're probably looking around 750, probably more like 800 once we create the financing terms. So, all right. Again, that's another one. Macon 12. This is about 15 minutes from that one, also down in Central Georgia. Okay. Now, this one is one that is scheduled for rehab next week. Now, look, I schedule these mobile homes for rehab every other day, every other day, depends on the contractors or who we have available. Now, what happens is if somebody comes in and says, hey, I'll go ahead and take this one here, etc. You know, this is where I may say, well, you know, I already had my contractors lined up for this property. Okay. But it's plenty fine, still on a spreadsheet. It can still be sold. However, if you want to have somebody rehab it, I could potentially lend you my contractors that were already scheduled to be in this area. And that has worked out with a lot of investors as well. A lot of you newbies getting out there, you know, one of the hardest things, and this does not get easier, you just get better at it, is finding the right contractor. I don't like the word, okay? You're going to find that quickly. So making lot 12, it's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, single wide, metal on metal. It does have a new roof on it. Asking 15K for this one. I mean, this is really a move-in ready. It has a couple little defects that I would come in and fix. I know there was one window, that one window that is broken, so it needs to be repaired. But again, something like this, you know, it checks out and clearly electrical works. Okay, the power was still on, so there you go. It does come with a washer and dryer, a stove, and a fridge. New vanities, new bathrooms, new vinyl. I mean, again, something like this, a simple TLC come in and it's ready for the market. So after repair value on something like this, you know, it's listed at 23. I would say more around 25 in this area, especially for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. Remember, the more bedrooms, the higher you can rent, the higher you can sell. All right. Let's go to the next one. Okay. And I think I went over a couple of these. Like I said, we're going to be uploading quite a few more coming up as well. It was one I wanted to go over earlier. Chatsworth, those are ready and prep. They're ready and prep. We had one park operator that wanted all of them. He wanted all of them, and then suddenly the city will not allow but so many at one time because the city rules, regulations, whatever. He's having to deal with that. So therefore, I think he's only going to be able to take 4 at this time. What happens now is, which most likely he'll take the better 4 out of the 7, but you know, they're all in decent to good condition. If you know anybody in North Georgia, Dalton, Georgia, Chatsworth, and I mean, you're on the line of Tennessee at that point as well. And anybody that needs or is looking for a mobile home, we have 7 available at this time. 4 are slight counted for. So, but again, now these had a double roof on top of them. That's just the landlord who decided I want to take extra care of them and actually built an entire roof. You can see the beams here and another roof on them. Those roofs have been removed because yes, they can't go down the road with the second spare a roof sitting on top. So that's been removed. The decks have been removed at this time. So that's another thing. If we do have people going out there to look at them, now we're going to ask that you bring a small step ladder. Okay, so you're going to be able to get into the mobile home in and out, safety first, of course. But again, if you look at some of these mobile homes that are listed, I mean, these need minimal. This is minimal work what is needed. So just kind of keep an eye on that as well. Let's see. All right, so I can't show y'all that video. I just realized that. Wish I would have uploaded, but we'll talk about Airbnbs in a second. So anyway, quite a few on here. I'm not going to go through a few more of these. Today was a very hectic but productive, great day. A lot of connections, a lot of networking, a lot of new operators that want to connect with us. And we have a large opportunity as of next week. I'm not going to talk about that, but that's going to be down in Florida. If you know where Lake City is at, down close to Orlando also, we're going to have a lot of mobile homes coming available. So that's a park operator has been reaching for a while. We made the connection. We're seeing how we can work together. And, right now we're talking probably 60 mobile homes throughout available. So just kind of keep that in mind as well. But let's see. Yeah, Mark is on. Mark, you're not presenting your deal. That's mine. So I saw that mobile home and I thought that is exactly the area where I need another one. So Miss Nicey, what area, which one were you referring to on that one? I've listed quite a few. I mean, I think we went through Byron, one Robbins, Macon. So just let me know which one I'm at. But all right, I want to talk about real quick about those campers. All right. I will post a couple videos this evening on my on my Instagram, my social media. So yes, we've had the campers, which we bought 3, sold 1, we still got 2, and it's just because one of the things is like I'm not coming in and just saying I want to invest in this mobile home. I want to basically what y'all get. You get the opportunity to say, give me this mobile home, give me that one. I'm going to rehab it, put it on the market, and it's done. Okay. A lot of you work with us and you've seen how quickly we send you titles. We do the process. I mean, everything is fast paced, right? Implement and go. And that's what we're doing. Behind the scenes, however, we are working with park operators. When I say operators, I'm referring to park owners. And a lot of them, great people, but some of them don't know all the rule regulations specifics to be able to maximize their park. Meaning they may have 30 or 40 mobile homes inside of a community that really could hold 60. Now, how do you get around to be able to bring more homes in, campers, RVs, whatever? That's a lot of phone calls, a lot of visits down with the city, building department, inspections. I mean, it's just back to back. And most times, 9 out of 10 times, you get an immediate no. You cannot be done. For that, they really won't give you a reason, excuses, basically not at this time because of this. So we constantly fight with them back and forth, and they slowly start easing off. And again, this is the part where we prove ourselves by doing what we said we're going to do. The community where we brought the campers, it really went back and forth even after we brought the campers. One camper in the fifth wheel. They said, yes, that's fine. We'll go ahead and approve it. They'll need to be inspected. We'll send them out there, get some permits, etc., and set them up because these were mobile home park pads, which a little differently. The pad in itself is the same, but the drain, the electrical, you got to think for an RV or camper, it's basically come in and hook up, versus a mobile home where you got the actual, almost like a house, everything is connected. It's a little more simple than that, if you will. Anyway, we brought the campers in and then the city shut it down. Said no, after looking and reviewing at certain details, etc. It was a back and forth, almost to the point where we almost took those campers and put them somewhere else. And I even thought about just selling them. At this time, clearly it's not the right time for, but long story short, all in all, finally they said, okay, it is approved. If you can get an electrician to get some permits, check it out, and everything is good, we'll go ahead and let it be with these 2. So that's what we did. As of today, while I was out there in Central Georgia, I was there to back the campers in. Okay, so we started backing them in. We got them set to be staged probably tomorrow or Friday. And then, of course, housekeeping will have them come in, clean up, stage them, make them beautiful, make them smell, Febreze, whatever. You name it, right? And they will be ready to go on the market. I have been talking about doing an Airbnb hosting event on campers, which a lot of you are asking about getting into that as well with campers, etc. When you see these videos and how quickly we can move I'm going to call them mobile homes, campers, moving them, it's like it just makes sense because that's exactly what I've been talking about. Unlike a mobile home, I don't need a permit to move a camper. I can take it down to Florida, up to North Carolina, maybe down to South Carolina, wherever I want. And the goal is to stage these in where it's most needed. Some of that is having the ability to know, obviously, if there's festivals coming, if there's any events, any football games, any time that you can stage these somewhere where there's a high demand, that's going to be our goal. So that's what we're driving for. But back to the event hosted, I would say it'll probably be sometime in April at this time where we will host probably a full day out there. We'll let you check them out. Obviously, they'll have to be vacant because we'll be going in and out of them and just kind of show you what we're doing. So that's what we're working on that. But let me see. Any questions? All right. Going through the comments on here. And don't forget Saturday morning. Okay. Saturday morning, which I pinned the Garcia Mobile Home University events.com. That's going to be this Saturday morning. A lot of you have signed up. Awesome. Good for you, because that is going to be the event where I teach all these strategies. Again, different markets offer different opportunities. That's the way that it is. Okay. I cannot do rentals where the market does not allow it, where the profits will be poorly. So we're always thinking about maximum results. We study the markets and then we study the numbers and put them together. When I say Airbnb, obviously there has to be a need and demand for that. If I say rentals, there's a need and demand for that. Rent to own, Section 8s, veteran assistance, the list goes on. All these we're going to talk about Saturday morning, step by step, how we look for markets. What are we looking for? The need. Okay. A lot of this could even be a lot of phone calls down to the city. Okay. And we get really specific. Does the city have a lot of high crime, for instance? Something like that would immediately say Airbnb is not happening. Now, Airbnb has its own requirements, guidelines anyway, where you do have to go through an approval phase. But once something is approved, it seems like it's pretty easy, pretty quickly, and responses are fast. What we're seeing. So Saturday morning, if you have not signed up, that's March 11th. It's going to be all virtual, 4 hours where we talk about nothing but exit strategies. I am going to cover how to get deals, even though you got the spreadsheet right here. You can just come and get all the deals you want. But if you're in different areas, different markets, I mean, that's okay. Maybe you want to do your own thing somewhere else outside of the states we are currently covering, which that's okay. We'll teach you that. The concept is the same, okay? Mobile homes are the same everywhere, okay? It's the numbers that changes. That's what you got to learn, all right? Let's see. If no other comments, there won't be a Saturday morning check and call, obviously, because we'll be doing the coaching March 11th. So, all right. I put my email on here as well, j@garciamhu.com. So if you have any questions, suggestions, you can send us an email. I'll be happy to help you out. All right, that's going to do it for this evening. So thank you all for joining me.